Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I discuss all things fashion, style, and beauty. So if that's something that you're into, please hit the subscribe button down below and turn on that little notification bell. Today I'm going to be talking about cute summer dresses for classics, soft classics, and dramatic classics. So if that's something that you're interested in, stick around. And as always, if you guys are in need of any additional inspiration, I will have all of my Pinterest boards and resources linked down below. So with that said, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so today we're going to go virtual shopping together at Lulus, and I chose Lulus because I feel like they have a wide variety of options to choose from. So we're going to be looking at classics, soft classics, and dramatic classics. So let's start off with classics. Now classics, we're going to really want to focus on symmetry. We want to keep things nice and smooth, softly tailored, and we're kind of going for a head-to-toe look here. So we don't want any broken lines. We want a nice, seamless, smooth, cohesive silhouette and head-to-toe look. So let's take a look at what I have for classics. Okay, so first up here we have the Sippin on Sunshine navy blue polka dot midi dress. I absolutely love this dress. I think that it really just kind of gives off that effortless summer vibe. And a couple of things that really stuck out to me here, which I think could really be complimentary on classics. We have nice darts at the bust, which to me is a really good representation of that soft kind of tailoring. So I really love that there. And then overall, the way that this dress is fitting is very smooth. There's nothing overly sharp, yet it's not overly feminine. It's not overly flouncy. So we're kind of keeping in with that middle range of yin and yang that classics pull through. And then I think overall, this dress is pretty symmetrical. We do have a slit here, but I don't think that it interrupts the overall harmonious balance of a classic. And one more thing that I really love about this dress is the use of polka dots, so the print. Now with classics, I know that the general feedback that I get from classics is they feel like they have to be in oversimplified looks. And I mean, simplicity is your guys' jam. You guys really thrive in more simplistic looks because the symmetry of your face and your body just really shines through when the looks aren't overly busy. But here is a really good way to add in a fun splash of kind of detail with polka dots. So I thought that that was worth mentioning. But overall, I would probably accessorize this with something very simple like a necklace. I like what they did here with the styling, with the simple necklace, a simple clutch, and a simple heel. I think it looks really great, and I think overall head to toe this would look really great on a classic. Okay, next up here we have the landed mustard yellow button front mini dress. Now I love the simplicity of this dress, but I also like the extra detail of the slight waist emphasis. That is something that we're looking for with classics. We do want slight waist emphasis. So that really offers that, and it's not an overly intricate detail. I think it looks really nice. I also really like the buttons down the front. I think that buttons down the front really add to symmetry. So if you're a classic out there, it's a really great way to add more detail into your look, especially if you're going for a one-piece garment like this without getting into too much detail or without feeling too plain, so to say. And then of course we have the one solid color, which we want to really keep it a monochromatic look. So I really like this. I think the tailoring is pretty on point here. It's not overly sharp, but it's not overly delicate and feminine. I think that this really just kind of brings home the simplicity of a garment that a classic can really thrive in. So really fun. This is like a great just kind of throw on dress for a classic in the summer months. Love this. Okay, and then next up here we have the On the Pair lavender and white stripe button front mini dress. And this one's just, it's a little more fun. We're getting just a little more creative with patterns and mixing textures here. I absolutely love it. So first off, again, the tailoring on this is really great for classics. We don't have any kind of frills going on, but at the same time, we're not overly sharp. I think the neckline looks really great here. I think that it would frame the face of a classic really well. And I love the A-line that comes out from the waistline here too. I think that that really does look good on classics. It kind of pulls in that yang that you all have. And I think as a classic, that's kind of the fun of it is, since you're a perfect mixture, it's finding that balance, finding that harmonious middle of finding pieces and head to toe looks that really pull through the balance of your yin and your yang. So I think here the stripes are really pretty. But then we have a little bit of fun with the buttons, because the buttons do add in a little bit of contrast here, and they're going down the front, which adds to the idea of keeping things symmetrical, but it also is contrasted enough where it adds like this little bit of interest and pop of color, but it's not so overdone where the classic is going to be overshadowed by the amount of detail going on here. So overall, I mean, when I saw this, I was like, this I think would look good on a lot of classics out there. I really love it, and it seems like a very easy dress to wear. So that's everything for classics. Let's move on to soft classics. Okay, this dress to me is like a breath of fresh air. So this is called the Rapunzel Sage Green Eyelet Lace Mini Dress. And we bring in some nice softness here around the shoulders. We have just a little bit of ruffling there on the sleeve, which I don't think is over the top for soft classics in this particular garment. We also bring in a little bit of softness with the ruffle at the hem. I think that it's not overdone and it adds in just the right amount of softness. We also bring in a little bit of softness with the eyelet details. So not only do we get kind of like fun detail, but they're soft. They have that yin kind of vibe to them. And then also with the tie there, I love that. That also kind of adds into the softness. And then with this subtle heart-shaped neckline, I absolutely love that. And I really think that this will definitely frame the face of a soft classic so beautifully. We also have great subtle waist emphasis. We're keeping like that smooth line that was suggested for classics. We want that to carry over into soft classics. So we're keeping it nice and smooth. And then I think that the pattern that the eyelets go down, so we're keeping this kind of keeping it with a little bit of a vertical line in mind, and we're keeping it monochromatic because this is all one color. I also just really love the particular color here. I really think that this kind of muted sage green really adds into playing up the yin of the garment as well. I think that this is a great daytime summer dress for a lot of soft classics out there. Okay, so this is the Kostina Rust Red Print button-up dress, and this to me adds a little bit of fun again with the print here for soft classics. We can add in fun intricacies with prints like this. So I love it. It's not overly busy and it keeps things simple enough where the soft classic is still going to be able to really shine. Because that's the thing with classic, soft classic, they can really become overpowered by an ensemble, by a particular garment, if they don't follow the direction of keeping things a little more simple, a little more symmetrical. So toned down is always better. But the thing that I really loved about this was, again, at the sleeve, we're adding in a little bit of that really soft, subtle ruffle here. It's nothing too overly yin. I think it's actually really perfect here. And then I love the fit of this. We're keeping nice smooth lines, the overall color, we're not breaking things up. And again, with the front buttons, it's a really great way to find garments that are going to keep in with that symmetry. Next up here, we have the wrap and roll white floral print mini wrap dress. Okay, so a couple of things that stuck out to me here for soft classics is, first off, we do have this fresh, fun print that's not overly busy, but it adds a little bit of detail. It doesn't take away from any symmetry. I think that this again is a really great way to have fun as a soft classic in your garments. And then we do have from the sleeve, we have a really nice kind of drape and ruffle going on. Again, nothing overly draped, nothing overly yin. It's just a nice feminine touch here. Nice waist definition, nice smooth lines, and again at the hemline, just like with the other dress, we do have a little bit of ruffles. And I think overall, simplicity is the game when it comes to classics. So keeping with garments like this that cater to the more simple side of things is just going to be the best bet. So I think we're hitting a lot of the marks here that we're looking for, and this is again a really great dress that you can wear in summer. Okay, so next up we have dramatic classics. For dramatic classics, we're going to be focusing on keeping things a little more geometric, and we want a little bit more tailoring. So let's take a look at what I picked out for dramatic classics. Okay, so first up here we have the all at once black 3/4 sleeve wrap dress, and I know this says wrap dress, but a lot of I would say like 90% of the market of wrap dresses out there are going to have a lot more drape and flow. This one's a little more constructed, which I really, really liked. So here in the tailoring, I think is where it all kind of comes together for the dramatic classic. Not to mention the stark color of the black. So dramatic classics, we really do want to pull in some drama with the use of color. So here we have this monochromatic look, which is within the classic family that we want to stick with. I also really love the simplicity of this. We're not getting into any intricate details. I think overall, even though we're kind of getting into a little bit of asymmetric with the tie at the side, I think overall, because of the one color and there's no patterns here, we're still able to maintain a certain amount of symmetry. So the key to this garment is going to be pairing it with other elements of dramatic classics. So in these shoes and accessories to kind of really hit home that overall head to toe dramatic classic look. So this was a very striking dress, and when I first saw it, I really thought dramatic classic. Okay, so next up here we have the Ain't No Other light blue chambray midi dress. And I think here what really brings home that yang undercurrent is the tailoring. So the color, I think that would be a personal choice. Like I said, dramatic classics, they do shine in a little bit more of striking colors, but if you're a dramatic classic and this blue is your jam, then go for it. I think that you're still going to be able to bring home that dramatic classic look with the shape and silhouette that we're creating here. So we have really nice tailoring, especially at the neckline, the bust, and then starting at the waist. I love, love, love how this is tailored. It's very crisp, very clean, and that really keeps within the classics and can really pull through the extra yang of the dramatic classic. And then from there we kind of have this A-line that comes out. And then again, the simplicity of this really does allow that dramatic classic to shine. And we do have great symmetry here. So this is, I think, a really great little simple dress that a dramatic classic can slip into and still kind of maintain the dramatic classic lines, silhouettes, and shapes that we're looking to create here. And really, as a dramatic classic, if you're feeling like this is just a little under the mark of where you want to be, definitely the use of accessories and a good shoe here is going to be paramount in bringing this to an overall head-to-toe dramatic classic look. But I think this is a pretty good base to start with. Okay, and last up here we have the Capri Coast black button front midi dress. Now, there were a couple of things to me that stuck out on why this could work for a dramatic classic. Now, of course, we're not necessarily getting into boxy and really tailored. However, if we look at this dress, especially from the back, I think that the use of the sleeve here is really drawing in that T silhouette. And I do think that overall, the symmetry here that's there that stays true to the classic family, as well as the overall monochromatic look. So in my opinion, this kind of gives you a little bit of freedom as a dramatic classic. Because keep in mind, guys, like, we're not trying to put ourselves into this box of we can only wear this. It's about expressing ourselves and finding the garments that are going to suit our line and our silhouette. So this might be a garment that you want to consider, because to me, it hits a fair amount of the marks for dramatic classics. Does it hit them all? No, but we want to have variety for ourselves and we want to try things. So I think the T silhouette that we can kind of create here is great, as well as the overall monochromatic look, the symmetry keeping within the classic family, and then of course the use of the bold color like black will always play up to the drama of being a dramatic classic. Okay, so that is it. That is all that I have for you today. If you like this video, if you like videos like this, be sure to give this a big thumbs up. Also subscribe if you have not already. And as always, I love having open discussion about these sorts of topics. So I'll be down in the comments, meet me down there, and I would love to hear your feedback, questions, and spark a conversation. So that's it for today, and I will see you at the next video. Bye.